Let's step into the world of forensic science. It's a place where every single tiny detail can tell a massive story, and where science really does become the key to unlocking justice. But how much of what we think we know from TV is actually true? I mean, we've all seen it, right? Those crime shows where a single strand of hair solves the entire case, all wrapped up before the final commercial break. It makes for great TV, for sure, but is that really how it goes down? Is the path to the truth really that fast and, well, that clean? Welcome to Smart Tutor. Together, we're going to peel back the layers and separate the Hollywood fiction from the hard courtroom facts. So, if you're into getting to the bottom of things, do us a favor and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe for more explainers just like this one. Okay, so to really get a handle on this field, we have to start with the biggest question of all. What is forensic science anyway? Turns out, the answer is kind of hidden right there in its name. Before we even touch the science part, let's just break down that first word, forensic. Where does it come from? Because its origin story pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the entire point of this discipline. It all goes back to the Latin word forensis, and it means to bring to the court. Now that might sound simple, but think about it. That little definition changes everything. It means the end goal of every single test, every analysis, it isn't just about finding an answer. It's about being able to present that answer in a court of law. So at its very heart, this is all about applying serious, rigorous science to legal questions. It's a clear process. You collect, you analyze, and then you present. And the field is huge. I mean, we're talking chemistry, biology, computer science. Really, if any scientific field can help answer a legal question, it can be a forensic science. But look, to make sure all these scientific findings are actually strong enough for a courtroom, the whole field is built on a few principles you just can't ignore. Think of them like the four pillars holding up the entire system. They're the rules of the game. So here they are, the big four. First, the evidence itself. It has to be found and collected properly. Second, the chain of custody. You have to track that evidence meticulously. Third, the tests you run have to be admissible, which is a legal way of saying they have to be proven reliable. And finally, the expert witness testimony. You need someone who can clearly explain what it all means to a judge and jury. If even one of these pillars crumbles, believe me, the whole case can fall apart. Let's just zoom in on that second pillar for a second, the chain of custody. See this log on the evidence bag? Every single signature there is a critical link in the chain. It's the unbroken, documented proof of who had that evidence and when. Any gap, any missing signature, and it creates doubt that the evidence might have been tampered with. Now, forensic science isn't just one job. No way. It's a massive field made up of a whole team of different specialists. And each person on that team has a really unique and specific skill set. So, who's on this team? Well, you might have a forensic pathologist answering the question, how did this person die? While a forensic psychiatrist is tackling, why would someone do this? At the very same time, a toxicologist could be looking for hidden poisons, while a computer forensics expert is combing through a hard drive looking for digital clues. Each one is finding a different piece of the puzzle. Let's just grab one of these fascinating jobs and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Let's take forensic document examination. Okay, just think about the insane level of detail here. A document examiner isn't just looking at handwriting. No, they're analyzing the chemical formula of the ink, the type of fibers in the paper, even the microscopic dents left on the page underneath the one that was written on. This is how they can spot a forgery that looks perfect to you and me, or even link a ransom note back to one specific notepad in a suspect's house. So you've got all these specialists, all these different kinds of analysis, but it all leads back to one central hub, the forensic laboratory. This is basically the engine room of the investigation. It's where raw clues get transformed into solid evidence. So what exactly is the lab's job? Well, a few things. It can be the first to prove that a crime even happened, like confirming that a white powder is an illegal drug. It can give detectives game-changing leads. It can forge an undeniable link between a suspect and a crime scene using DNA or fingerprints. And, just as important, it can destroy a suspect's false alibi, or it can prove an innocent person's story is absolutely true. Just think about the power of an investigative lead. Imagine a hit and run. No witnesses, no cameras. All an investigator finds are a few tiny flakes of paint on the road. But in the lab, analyzing those flakes can reveal the make, the model, and even the year of the car. All of a sudden, the police aren't just looking for any car. They're looking for a very specific car. That's a total game changer. All right, so we've seen the rules, we've met the players, and we've looked at the process. Now let's pull it all together and follow the final journey that every piece of forensic evidence takes. And there you have it. The journey is complete. It starts as just a potential clue at a crime scene, something you or I might walk right past. It gets carefully collected and sent to the lab, where it's turned into hard data. And finally, that data is presented in the courtroom, fulfilling that original Latin mission, to bring the truth to the court. The entire system is built to be objective, to be rigorous, to be based on facts. It's designed to give a voice to evidence that can't speak for itself. But we can't forget that it's still a system run by human beings. So that leaves us with one last really important question. Science provides the clues, sure, but what happens when the people interpreting those clues get it wrong? And that's our first look into the incredible world of forensic science. Thank you so much for joining us here at Smart Tutor. Hopefully, this has given you a whole new way to think about how real-life cases get solved. We'll see you for the next one.